Warning, the following episode contains adult language and screaming goats. Listener discretion is advised. Hey, you listener, viewer out there, it's the Pinball Show, episode 190. Are you ready for this smoke? Are they, Dennis?
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Oh, there is fire. Fire!
Mm-hmm. Hey, that used to be a pinball machine fire. People kind of liked.
Yeah, the little bell on top. Ding, ding,
yeah,
ding,
you know,
ding,
I'm trying to remember. Did the bell ring?
Yeah.
Could you make it ring? I don't think I ever have achieved bell ring.
Yeah.
I only played it a few times, but apparently not well.
You got to get right in the right spot. It's like up and to the back a little. Dennis, it's pinball time. Let's talk pinball. Have you been doing a lot of pinball stuff over the last 2 weeks? I know you're going to TPF coming up.
I am going. Yeah, I'm going to. No, I played some of my games. I haven't been. I think a Pokemon just landed yesterday in Kansas City.
Really?
That's what my spies tell me. I got many spies.
They are coming. You got to collect them all.
Yeah, but I'm sure I'll see it at TPF. But yeah, I'm getting ready to go to TPF. In fact, I guess we'll preemptively announce there won't be an episode in 2 weeks because TPF. I'll be at that. You're busy with another thing anyway, so we just can't make the schedule work. But we're actually telling people ahead of time for once, which is a kindness. I feel we're very kind. We never made a promise this would be every other week. I was going to suggest maybe you bring Ken on and have a blast from the past style approach. But Ken. Yeah, he'd probably only do it one time.
He would resign from flipping out the next day.
It's like, JJP, will you hire me back?
That's right.
Get me out of here.
I'll fire you. Screw you. Man, I miss him. You want to jump right into it. Let's talk about Stern Pinball.
Oh, there's probably production updates.
Well, yeah, they've been building, as you said. You've been seeing some location pros hit the streets and the mean streets of Kansas. And yeah, the past couple of weeks, they've been working on Pokemon location pros. So those have been building mid-late March Pokemon LEs. Man, they just keep on taking forever for this release. Late March Pokemon location premiums and regular premiums for that matter. That'll roll into April, to be honest. I even think LEs might go until late March. And then April comes along. We're going to have the remainder of the Pokemon Pros first run for whatever it is for consumers, non-location consumers. And then April is filled with, let's catch up with all the stuff that dealers are going to need. Godzilla Pro and Premium, King Kong Pro and Premium, Jaws Pro and Premium, Jurassic Park Pro. And then they did bump up. Remember, we were talking about them doing a subsequent run of Pokemon Pro and Premiums in June. That would be the second run. They've bumped that up now into May. So they're aiming on early May, if they can get all of that stuff done in April, early May. Because it almost feels like after that, we may be getting that second cornerstone of 2026 in June. July comes and they're going to do Godzilla Premium again. The one change that I will note, we were supposed to get some March Godzilla Premiums and they bumped that to April. And then Q3 and Q4 is pretty much everything else. There are no future plans to build the Uncanny X-Men, James Bond, even Stranger Things, as that inventory is getting lower at Stern Pinball. They have no future build currently scheduled for Stranger Things. So take that as it is. Oh, also, Avengers Premium, now out of stock at Stern Pinball. And they vaulted that one, so that's one that we will not see for a while, if ever. Avengers. Oh, it's a good game still. I'd like to get one back.
Maybe someday you will.
Okay, Pokemon Location Pro games are shipping. Woohoo! Everywhere. Mm-hmm. So many of those games. You're going to see those things everywhere. I'm trying to think the recent release that was like that, where you just seen that damn thing everywhere. What would it have been?
Godzilla?
Yeah, probably Godzilla. Maybe
They're
some
around.
Star Wars, not Fall of the Empire, but
Yeah, no,
over time. Yeah.
there seemed to always be a Richie Star Wars around here when that came out. But I mean, Star Wars is such an evergreen title. Locations love it.
Sure. The good news is that after they did have that gameplay video release from Stern Pinball, and a good looking video. It was a lot of fun to watch. The good news is that after that gameplay video, now that games are getting on location, always a great sign, viewer, when people this early in code are already kind of singing its praises. A lot of great feedback thus far. And that's the game can show really well and check a lot of those boxes. But then that second wave is whether or not people get their hands on it and they love it, or if they're like, this sucks or anything. But that's the good news, is that people are getting their hands on it and they're like, yeah, there's something to this. This thing is fun to shoot. The code's set early, but still they can see where it's going. It's a lot of fun. And ultimately, I think the whole catching the Pokemon, when I watched the gameplay video, Dennis, that seemed like a lot of fun. Like I could see where that would be almost semi-addictive, where you're really wanting to try to capture all of them. And then if they do implement special types of things like on the video games or Pokemon Go's, like where you get the shiny versions, like find a shiny and and then the Pokedex apparently is freaking awesome too, that Stern's got. So I was glad to hear that. That's going well.
I'll ask you a prognostication question. Do you think that this game ends up top 10 on the Pinside Top 100 with all its subjectivity? I'm sure it will start there once the rating first hits at some point. But I just mean, like, kind of, does it sit there? So, like, Tanya's on this. For comparison purposes, Deadpool's currently at 11th.
Yeah, Deadpool sat in that top 10 for quite some time, for years. I would say the Deadpool was on that list longer than it was off that top 10 list. So I say, yeah, there's a very good chance that it will still be in the top 10 at the end of 2026, which I think says a lot. It says a lot.
Okay.
That's a good question. People were talking in our last episode. We were talking about like our takes on the collectability, on how this title in particular brings an aspect of collectability that we're, as pinball people, not quite accustomed to. But we got a lot of feedback on that. Some people heard me out of context, and especially I'd put like a little, a reel, social media short form, the Diamond Hands bit that we did. Could I get 30? Could I hear 40? 40. What about 50? And they thought that I was referring to, and I thought I explained it pretty thoroughly, but they thought I was referring to like every single LE going for that. I'm like, no. So I wanted to clear up. That's not what I meant. What I meant was, and what we said in the show was, I do think there are particular LEs with designated numbers because of this license. There's an association, a correlation I think is very high for this, lending itself to collectability. And those being the stipulations that I think makes it go 30, 40, 50 to the moon, 100,000. I was listening to the Patreon of the pinball, or the Flip N Out Pinball podcast. They have a Patreon paywall episode. Yeah, and I was listening to that, and those guys, Ken was talking to some Pokemon guy, store owner, something like that, and said, yes, like for certain numbers, they could see 6 figures, even 7 figures for certain. And I thought, this is madness. But so that's what I wanted to clear that up, because people were like, yeah, Zach said it's going to go for 40 or 50,000, all these LEs. And I'm like, no, if anything, I think the LEs, as we'll see later on, I think they'll settle back down. Unless this game just hits that Pokemon hobby community. I don't know if that will or not. But if it stays in pinball and a little bit into the Pokemon, I think the LEs I could see them sitting at 20 for a year or longer and do the Pirates of the Caribbean thing. I could see them coming back down to MSRP. I could see a scenario for both, really. I think what's going to determine that is the legs that it has with code. That's essentially what, if it's one of the top 10 best coded games from Stern in the last couple of decades, we might see closer to 20. If it comes out and it's good, but then I think it'll be a normal LE kind of thing. Maybe with just a hit of collectability because of the IP, but we shall see. What do you think, Dennis?
Yeah, so the thing about I get it with the LE numbers, and I thought that was, and I didn't watch the reel, so I don't know if that was as articulated as we did on the main episode, where it was about like maybe number 25 is a $50,000 game because number 25 is Pokemon and Pikachu's assigned number on the cards. It's squirrely. I mean, he's not a squirrel; he's a mouse.
Squirrely.
It's squirrely because there are a lot of factors like that. Obviously, that number thing doesn't tie to a lot of pinball licenses. It's very unique to certain things like Pokemon. Another thing is that we don't really, at least I don't understand the behavior of Pokemon collectors. Like how many of them are Pokemon collectors and how many of them are Pokemon card collectors. Just because a card goes for millions of dollars doesn't mean they have a lick of interest in pinball machines, because to them that is not pure. That's a corruption. That's buying plushies and stuff. It's not like they're into collecting the cards. Like someone who collects coins might have zero interest in collecting paper currency. So, but I don't know that's true. There might others be just like, I love everything Pikachu, and that game will be in this mansion.
There are those, yes.
It just takes one. It just takes one person to have that has the funds that wants something. All you need are two people. You need a person willing to sell at a price and a person willing to buy for that price. So, yeah, we'll see. I personally, I think they made enough LEs here that I don't think that these are all going to be, my final guess will be many of them will be available for under 20,000. I'll say that.
I think so.
Will it be more than MSRP? It's less than 1,000 games. I could still see sitting above MSRP just because of the license. But I don't know. But I guess if you really love Pokemon, there's no reason in my head to feel bad about it, because you could just buy a premium and move on with your life. If you're not obsessed with numbers and stuff, why be obsessed with the LE at all? And just get yourself a premium. That's
a good point. Very good point. Did you watch the gameplay video yet?
No, I have not.
You have to check it out. It was fun. It was a well done video, and it looked like just a clean shooting game. A lot of people were worried that it was going to play long. Not in the video. They were kind of getting the Iron Man vibes, like I was talking about last episode, where it's like, sure, if you get a good game on this, it can play more like a Metallica. But if it's kicking your ass, it can play closer to like an Iron Man. So not to be confused by John Borg as the designer, because he's not. But I don't know, the game's got a good pedigree. I think it looks clean. I'm very interested to get my hands on one. I don't know when, though. I guess when the LEs ship, I'll be able to get my hands on one.
That would probably be a good guess.
I wanted to get a Pro for the showroom. Whatever.
You got plenty of other stuff you can play.
Like Beetlejuice. Oh.
Like Beetlejuice. If it's back from Joel.
Well, yeah. If he didn't mess up my butter. What do you think the odds are that he dings that butter cabinet?
30%.
So, oh my gosh. Probably cry.
Nah, you'll be fine.
Dennis, I have a question. What is a dungeon crawler Carl?
It's a book series.
Okay. You're going to have to walk me through this, man, because this is kind of another trending topic over the last couple of weeks where there was a rumor, and my apologies because I don't know where this one came from. Unlike some media sources out there that do news, I'm happy to cite people whenever they put in the work, but I don't know where that rumor came from. So my apologies to the person who did come out with the rumor of Dungeon Crawler Carl as an upcoming game from a manufacturer. But it came from somewhere, and it picked up a lot of heat, a lot of steam, and where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So let's start with this. When this was leaked or whatever, I didn't know. I'm going to be honest. I was that guy, that Luddite. I was that idiot that I don't know what Dungeon Crawler Carl is. I still don't really know what it is. I know that sometimes I have to remind myself that if I don't know what something is, doesn't mean it's not popular. I'd still argue on this one that this theme is not widely popular, but popular enough that the emails started just pouring in with a lot of passionate people about, and they were doing acronyms. Dennis, can I get on the DCC list? And poor Cromwell was like, what the fuck is I don't even know what DCC is. Can you at least so we felt old. What is this?
Okay. Well, and I'm not an expert on it either. So, now I read about it on Kineticist's site.
Okay.
And my understanding is the source of the pinball machine was the author of the book series, Matt Dinneman, was on one of his book tour stops, and he mentioned a variety of the adaptations that are happening, and he said there's a pinball machine being made.
Oh, okay, cool.
So the author is the source of the rumor.
There's definitely something there.
So Tony, my co-host on Eclectic Gamers podcast, is a big Dungeon Crawler Carl fan.
Mm-hmm.
And on the way to TPF last year, I listened to the unabridged audio book of the first book.
And why does everybody listen to the audio book? Is like where everybody's at with this thing.
Yes,
okay.
Because apparently the person who does the audio for it does a very good. I mean, it was really entertaining. We're going to listen to book 2 on the way down this year.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And I think book 8 has just come out or is about to come out. So it's a fairly established series. So what I can tell you is because having heard the first book, so this is lit RPG is the genre.
What the hell is that?
Lit RPG.
What does that
mean?
So
literary role playing game is like a fantasy subgenre.
I love those books that says, should you turn to page 29
right.
or
wait your own adventure.
Page 30? Oh, okay. Damn.
Which is written in second person. But the idea is think a fantasy story like with sorcerers and magic.
I've watched some weird porn.
Think Harry Potter. Except the RPG part means that there are role-playing mechanics as a part of the story. Like the people level up.
Okay.
They have stats.
Are there potions?
There can be potions that modify statistics, like things like that. So a lot of it may be more like equipment. Like here are your boots of quiet footfall.
Boots of quiet footfall?
Like Harry Potter, the
Nothing
cloak of invisibility.
Screams nerd like that.
Like there's so that's the category.
Is this super nerdy?
The construct is nerdy.
D&D nerdy?
Because there's RPG elements, you might feel it's very nerdy, but
I like a good role play.
That's sort of the premise. So the story is, it's kind of a sci-fi fantasy blend, but
surprise.
So the nutshell plot, which you find out very early in the first book. So I don't feel this is spoilers. I think this would be in any description of the story, but skip ahead a minute if you're worried. Is aliens have come to Earth and they wipe out everything off of the surface. All the buildings and everything are eliminated. When they arrive, there's just a timer and these gates open up for people to go below ground. Anyone who didn't go below ground is dead.
Are we doing, God, all the fallout, man? It just
kind of. And what they've done is they have gamified Earth. Anyone who survived and went down into the tunnel is now on like the first level. And I don't remember, it's like 18 levels of a dungeon, just like playing Diablo, where there are levels that you go down. And so you're there, and now you're in essentially a video game. The humans are the players. Other planets they have conquered are now the NPCs and the monsters and all of that. You find gear, you level up. They have people who are serving as guides. There are safe rooms, and you have time limits to get to the next level, and each level is harder. So Carl is just like an everyman but he played a lot of video games. So he gets the mechanic and this is being televised universe wide or whatever. So people are watching this for entertainment.
So Carl knows. Carl knows what's going on.
Early in the story, he finds a room where there are essentially guides, like a tutorial. And they're like, this is how this works. They want it to be entertaining. So they teach people if they can get far enough early on. I mean, they didn't tell anyone that they had to go below ground.
Like
he just
the
happened to see
Nintendo Power
a thing.
walkthrough guides.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's some other stuff, that
Okay.
you start to learn how to play, so to speak. So it's Carl.
Ready Player One feel to it too.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Ready Player One, though, they deliberately would go into the virtual world.
Yeah.
To do the stuff.
This is
the real world
yeah.
is the game.
Okay.
The real world is gone. It's now a game.
All right.
The only way for him to survive is to make it through all X number of levels of the dungeon.
Is that main protagonist kind of snarky and a little edgy, a little with his mouth? That's what I'm envisioning this story needing.
Not so much.
Not mouthy. Okay.
He's a little bit. He's got that. I'm gonna stereotype. He's got a gamer vibe. So he's like a gamer. Maybe a bit of a loser. Kind of the motif they've run.
I didn't
with him.
say that. Dennis said that.
Well, that's the sort of like he's got like
the minute
his life.
I say that.
Like his life wasn't
YouTube
great.
video about me.
His life wasn't great. Like so he goes in with his ex-girlfriend's cat, Donut.
That's cute. I like that.
So that's how it starts. Now as he goes along,
that's what when he curses the donut. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, because the cat's name is Princess Donut.
GD Donut. Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, so Donut's in his party. As he goes along, he meets people and he has a party. It's like a role-playing game. Mm-hmm. You build a party. When you play Dungeons and Dragons, you don't go on an adventure on your own. You play with other people. He finds other people as he goes along. And they have different abilities and different skills. And and early on you run into a lot of people that can't figure it out or like
figure it out.
There's people from nursing homes who happen to get down there. Like there are people that are not going to make it.
Oh.
Like it's just, but he has a good heart and he doesn't want to see people suffer. So, but as it goes along,
under his crusty exterior, he's really,
and it is a lot of fun. Like there's a whole like AI monitoring system or something they're watching because they'll call out. And again, it works like a game. Is
there a love interest with one of the aliens that he has? Maybe
I haven't gotten to the part with a love interest.
Wait until that book series.
But who knows what happens in books, 2 through 8 or whatever.
Right. Well, you'll find out on your way down to TPF.
Well, Tony tells me book 2 is the last book that's short enough for us to do Texas.
Oh, okay.
Everything else is too long.
Get a little drawn out.
So this is the last one that's under 16 hours.
Is there any IP besides audio? Is there any visual stuff? Is there any comic books? Is there any cartoons? Is there any movies? Is there anything they can pull from, or is this all original content they'd have to create visually for a pinball?
It'd probably be original content. I think the author also mentioned like there's a graphic novel in the works.
Okay.
There's some action figures that's being made by Playmates. Excuse me. Like a real RPG, like a tabletop RPG.
Okay, so this will become a film at some point then.
My understanding is this has grown to become extremely popular.
Okay.
So again, I had no context of it, but people like there's fan art online of Princess Donut and all this other, there's just, it's got a cult following, but I mean, he has 8 books in and he's clearly making money at it. So,
well, you know what he has going for it. And I can tell already from the people reaching out, he does have whoever the writer is, has an everyman type of, getting behind the underdog and wanting this to be a success. And a lot of people that are passionate about this are so because they feel like they are a part of it because it probably started out small. But yeah, because man, Dennis, these people they're all about it. That interest list is like, and we were talking, me and Ken and Gray were like, what the hell is like, these people, not only are they like filling up this list, but the enthusiasm that they have with like, this is almost a sure thing. It doesn't matter what they put in a pinball machine. I'm in kind of thing. It was very surprising. Surprising.
It's it's well written. So again, when you listen to an audiobook, if it's an unabridged audiobook, you're hearing exactly what was written. And, and it helps that the reader does all the voice. Like he does a really good job, but like, it's funny. It's got, especially if you've played RPGs, and a lot of people have, they don't like to admit it. So like when you have like AI systems announcing new achievement when you do something, and then sometimes what you do is awful, but you still got an achievement for it, and you're opening loot boxes to get your gear as
World of Warcraft,
fight a bunch of goblins and stuff. Like it's It's told really well. It's relatable to anyone who's played that style of video game. I mean, I don't read as much fiction as I used to, but like I haven't had, and fun's a dangerous word because this was a very fun, at least the first book was a very fun book, but I was surprised at how good it was, much like when I read Andy Weir, like, which he wrote The Martian.
Oh yeah, you and The Martian.
Yeah. And now, you've got what's the one, Project Athena or whatever that's coming out.
Project Hail Mary?
Hail Mary, there you go. Athena. I don't know. I think I named an AI from Overwatch.
Athena, warrior princess. Yeah, I got you.
So anyway, so Andy Weir, like really, really good. But Andy Weir's like a hard science writer style person. And I read The Martian, not audiobook. I physically read it. And then I've heard Hail Mary. So I know that story. Like really, really good. And then in this case, it's kind of like that. Like you've got this whole thing and it's just like, it's funny. The character dialogues, it's snappy. Think like Aaron Sorkin style, like banter. Like he's kind of got that going on. That's maybe the best analogy I can kind of give you. It's entertaining.
Paid, yeah.
It's quite entertaining. So
do you think it sounds like it's perfect for a pinball machine. The rumor, people are like, oh, who could it be? Nobody knows. The heaviest rumor is Barrels of Fun. Because there's some history there between Carl D'Angelo loving this series and even dressing up, I believe, as Dungeon Crawler Carl for something in the past. There's been numerous comments or little hints throughout, if it is in fact true, that people could go back and be like, remember that. So there's traces there. That's why it's heavily rumored for Barrels. And Barrels is frankly not afraid to do smaller stuff like Winchester Mystery House. This sounds much bigger than Winchester as a theme, but not as big as Dune by any means. But we've seen how that juxtaposition worked for sales and reveal of those two games. So the other one was Multimorphics P3. People thought that it would have been a good fit for that. Do you think Stern would make something like this? I don't think Jersey Jack would. Chicago Gaming, no. Pinball Brothers have no clue what this is, probably. So I don't know who else would.
So you named Barrels and you named Multimorphic. The only other one that comes to my mind would be Spooky.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good one.
It would fit their run size well. I think they probably would get it. It wouldn't surprise me if Bug has read these books.
Okay.
I think Barrels is the best bet. Though Multimorphic has a really good argument. The thing about Multimorphic is you'd be able to get the level stuff on the screen so you could progress through a dungeon. Like that's going to lend itself extremely well. The thing where I hesitate on Multimorphic though is if you're true to the book. I mean, we said like GD Donut. Like I've not seen Multimorphic have a game with profanity in it. Spooky will have no qualms about that.
They have no problem with that. Yeah.
And so it's not like laden with, but it's just like, I don't know if it's family friendly enough for Multimorphic, and much in that same vein for Stern, quite frankly, even if Stern, I think this is too small still for Stern to want to, I think they want to stick with things that have movies and TV shows. And if Dungeon Crawler Carl gets one of those, I could see Stern being interested, but they've never done a book.
No.
And that's what this is a book. And so, I don't think Harry Potter would have ever gotten a pinball machine if it didn't have movies. I don't care how popular the books are. Where's our Wheel of Time, pinball machine? And it has a show. Wow. And I don't know if the show's good or not. I haven't seen it.
I don't think so. Do you, if you're running a pinball manufacturer, do you take this risk?
I think this one, if we're talking especially 1,000 units or less, I don't think it's a risk.
Damn, that's strong. That is strong.
Yeah, as long as it's not absurdly priced or anything. I mean, I think the rumor included that they got the guy who reads the audiobooks to do the audio for the game. It's like, this is like me looking at Beetlejuice and like, Spooky, why'd you make so few? This was going to print money. Any idiot could tell you this. This will print enough money as a small run game to be fine.
What are the illustrations on the cover of these books?
Is that? I don't know, because I haven't seen it.
Shit.
I haven't seen the covers.
So there's nothing visually iconic about this brand.
I mean, not to me, but there's like a cult following. I'm trying to educate myself while we're here. I'm looking at a Reddit discussion on the pinball subreddit about this, and people are talking about the Princess Posse has to be psyched right now. The donut holes are beyond excited. Like they got like clubs and stuff. Like people are like they're fans of these characters. It's much like a person who's like, I love everything Pokemon. I got to have this a Pokemon
It's
LE.
nothing like that.
How many people? It's like, well, if it's not a number thing, we're not talking $50,000, but if you're like, you know what? I have my custom Princess Donut t-shirt. I think the author on the photo from Kineticist was wearing a GD Donut shirt. So there's stuff.
Okay.
There,
that seems like a big risk, but if it's a small run, okay. I just,
anything you don't know, you're always very suspicious of. And I understand that.
Because and the reason being, I am super mainstream. I am about as mainstream as they come. And that stuff's going to sell better than stuff that's not, generally speaking, less of a risk. So yeah, I absolutely would. I would never know Dungeon Crawler Carl. And I wonder, I don't know. I don't
AI
know.
Summary says that Dungeon Crawler Carl has sold over 6 million copies as of late last year.
Okay. I would say that's really good. Does it? I don't know. Don't know. But makes me want to read the book. So there's that. I'll have to check it out. But at what point in that list of intellectual properties do you get to Dungeon Crawler Carl? I mean, call me an ass, but.
And a TV series is in development with Seth MacFarlane.
Okay.
Supposedly.
I need to watch the new season of Ted. I think that's out now. I don't know.
Highly ranked. Number 2 in action and adventure fantasy on Amazon. Number 5 in science fiction adventures at Amazon for books. Anyway, no, I get it, but if we're talking cheap, 1,000 units or less, I think it was probably a pretty affordable license.
That's IP's cheap.
He's making a lot of deals lately, so it's starting to take off. So maybe it is a little presumptuous, but there's other signs. Like if it's getting action figures, there's starting to be some signs that there's a lot of interest in this. And you're getting I don't know how many people read it versus listened to it, but given how worshipped the audiobook is, getting the voice on board, getting the whole, you've got the support of the actual creator of the books, not some like it's not like dealing with Warner Brothers. So
sure.
Given all of that, it kind of reminds me of like, you'll probably hate this comparison. I'm going to use Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty was already a big deal show, sort of thing. But I mean, like the access Spooky had because the desire of the creator was there.
Yeah.
With the creator here talking about this on a book tour, his involvement will make it authentic.
It feels like a Weird Al to
Guns
me.
N' Roses making sure that why is Guns N' Roses Pinball? Why was it such a great theme integration? Well, because Slash made it be.
Mm-hmm. Portal, Weird Al, like
sure.
Yeah.
So given that, I think as long as we're not getting ridiculous and thinking that this thing is going to move like a Mission Impossible would or something, I think there's probably here's the big question is how many people who are fans of Dungeon Crawler Carl have the money to buy pinball machines? But with 6 million book sales, I think there are plenty to do a 1,000 unit run.
Yeah, I agree. My big thing is minimizing risk if I'm a manufacturer, and minimizing risk comes in all shapes and forms. One of them being the work you're going to have to put into it. Like if there's no visuals that you can use, pinball is very visual now with IP. So if I'm signing on to something like this, I'm thinking most people don't know what the hell it is. We can have a small run. Most people didn't know what Winchester was, but how in the hell am I going to fill up the screen? Because I don't get that check mark for the IP. That's a big one. And then if I don't have any visuals, I'm probably not going to get the check mark for visuals either, because you're trying to have somebody the ability to mess up visually representing something that's so beloved to people in an audio form, just really tough too. It just seems like a lot of work for something for the same money. You could have got a theme that's 5 times as popular that has built-in film assets that you can just throw up on the screen. It just seems like a passion project more so than a financial decision, personally, which is, for a hobbyist, fantastic. So
what would Barrels do for the screen stuff for Winchester?
Exactly. Like that was probably a lot of work that they're going to be putting in for that, versus Dune, that they could just pull a lot of that stuff and, so it seems like a lot of work to me.
This game is going to do well.
I hope so. And based on the interest list alone, I have no doubt that it will do well. So if you're interested, email Ken at flippinoutpinball.com and we will put you on that list. Interesting. American Pinball in the news. So since we've talked last, we know that they're doing the remakes and stuff like that. Everybody's running with the same rumor now. It's almost like a foregone. I don't know if people are talking. Yeah, Retro Ralph talking about it. Everybody's running with the rumor Circus Voltaire as their upcoming remake game. So John Duke, that we assumed, because then they got Melvin and all that. So
Melvin knows one game, and that is the J-Pop game.
He knows those dookies. So we've got Circus Voltaire. I own it. I love it. So I'm not mad at it.
It's a smart pick. In fact, it's probably the smartest pick to do with Papa Duke. You want to say Theater of Magic.
Tales of Arabian Nights, like there.
Turd of a gameplay. See, Circus Voltaire, I actually like Tales a lot, but broadly speaking, Circus Voltaire is the most respected gameplay of his, maybe aside from World Cup Soccer, but the art is way better on Circus. So Circus is the best.
Theater of Magic shoots the best.
Theater of Magic's rules are terrible, but
pretty basic.
But you're right. It's I would say, like, I prefer shooting theater than I do Circus, but a lot of hardcore, like, competitive people also really like Circus a lot. It actually appeals to a lot of different groups. So
Circus is just a gorgeous, beautiful pinball machine.
And it's got some fun toys, right? The Ringmaster raising up, that stupid stupid pop-up bumper. I hated that thing, but it's clever.
The juggler ball lock kind of thing.
Juggler.
The neon light is really cool.
Weird ramp routes, just like maybe not quite as weird as Tails, but pretty strange
whimsical.
Stuff. Yeah, very whimsical.
Scrolls on the side of the head.
If you were to ask me which
LCD in the bottom of the game,
which John Duke game you should build, I would tell you start with Circus. But
okay. I hope it's Circus because I do think you can move some units. Still. Bunch of ifs there. Bunch of ifs. Because if it's Circus, you know what any manufacturer is going to want to do. Well, I don't know about any manufacturer, but they're going to try to contemporize these. Is that even a word? Contemporize? Yeah. So do you
Circus
keep
2.0?
Do you
the Circus?
Do you bring the Revenge of the Ringmaster? Yeah. Do you sui that shit? I hope not. Not. Like, we want more CGC. We want less sui. This is my new tagline. So
that'd be a good shirt.
Sui and the grandma. What was that? Sui, a shit monster. I'll never get over that.
It's like someone wanted to make Conker's Bad Fur Day into a pinball machine and they couldn't do it, so they just corrupted something else.
Sui. Holy shit.
Is that corn? I don't remember eating corn.
He shoots out corn nuggets. Sorry, Grandma.
I don't remember what game was he in. Was it Whirlwind?
It was Whirlwind, Total Chaos.
Maybe they got confused and thought the Whirlwind was Swirlwind and it was supposed to be a toilet theme, not a tornado.
Okay. Circus Voltaire.
Yeah,
I think it could do good.
It could.
But my biggest thing is, how classic is it? How well done is an enhanced type of code? How do you bring it into if it is this year now, how do you bring it into 2026? And what materials are you using? What's the feel and the build of the game? Is this thing closer to CGC or closer to SUI?
Do you think a brand like American, which doesn't necessarily have to sell a huge quantity of games, do you think maybe it would not be best, as long as they focused on build quality, that they keep it relatively authentic?
I would like
the
that.
original.
I would like that.
But
I mean, they were already talking about, remember,
even DMD, like that level.
A mix there. It doesn't, I'm fine. I would love to see them, if they're doing CV, keep that LCD in the back of the game, back of the backboard of that game, because that's Circus Voltaire to me. And if you're doing that, then you're going to be Alice in Wonderland kind of thing, where you have a screen back there, or Dune, Labyrinth, Winchester kind of stuff. I love that. But it doesn't have to have dots animation for me. But I'm worried about how far it ventures outside of that, though. That's all.
Boy, they let you pick, pick your code. Kind of like how Fathom Revisited wanted to let you pick. Do you want to play the original Fathom or do you want to play the Marty Fathom?
So that works if it's built like a tank and it looks like the old Circus Voltaire with just beautiful aesthetics thrown into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you like how I actually used haggis in a positive example?
I tried not to hear that. I heard it and
I'm a helper.
So that's American Pinball. I hope that rumor is true, because I would love to see.
I think it's a smart move if it's the case.
Yeah. Spooky Pinball.
Ooh,
Beetlejuice
spooky.
Production update. Last time that we spoke a couple of weeks ago, we were like, they're shipping now. They're doing well. They're already shipping in the mid 60s at the moment. So they're cranking out some games. Joel streamed with Flip N Out Pinball, Beetlejuice #1 on the Flip N Out Pinball YouTube stream. Wonderful stream, really successful. Bug was in there, which is awesome. Speaking about upcoming code updates, features on the what's coming up. Joel had like close to 600 viewers. And for a pinball stream, that's like reveal-worthy kind of numbers. So nice job, Joel. Close to 6,000 post-stream views. Just phenomenal kind of stuff. So nicely done. We were doing topper giveaways. Fantastic. So we gave a topper away. I think we gave all kinds of stuff away. I even was willing to give a Beetlejuice topper away if we had hit 1,000 viewers, but just like that 10,000 subscriber mark, Joel came up a bit short.
He's almost to 9,000.
He's getting closer. I think they're going to be streaming that this Wednesday night with Bug, I think, on video, teaching them how to do it. But the game showed well, performed very well. People are really loving this game. They're getting their hands on it, loving the game. I did an unboxing video, like a short reel, up to 150,000 views at this point.
Wow.
Not bad, right? Not bad. Any of this gets covered, but by news site. When are we going to get a news site that is really good at news? Coming soon. I think something's coming soon. For their next game, this is my question. With this momentum, do they retain the value of their product by sticking to 1,000 units? Because they're seeing their games, Evil Dead, Beetlejuice, $18,000 to $20,000, and they made 1,000 units. That makes your brand equity really high for everything you come out with, especially if the standardization of your products moving forward is what you've been putting out. High IP, high assets, beautiful game, all kinds of features. They're setting a standard here that's very impressive. So do you do that? Do you stick at 1,000 so that everybody makes all this money on the second hand and your value of your product stays really high? Or do you make more? Do you make more than 1,000 units? We've talked about this before. You can make, like you said, Beetlejuice, hell, they could have made 3,000 and sold every one of them. Do you make more? If they do make more, the question is, do they still hold that high value given the extent of what Beetlejuice and Evil Dead are selling for in the secondary market? What do you think?
To me, there'd be two main considerations if I were them. It would either be up. So if I were running them, I would think this would be my two scenarios would be: one, I'd either consider producing more games, or two, I would consider raising the price of the ones I produce. There's no reason to allow the investor class to be profiting at this level. It doesn't advantage the company in a meaningful way. Okay. They're leaving money on the table.
Okay.
So you either jack your own price up to suck the life out of the secondhand market, or go ahead and produce more games. But I know they're very concerned about maintaining the quality if they go too high on the games. You know, Bugs talked about that. Mm-hmm. I think, like, using the example of the Scooby-Doo quantity, that they struggled with build quality when they're trying to get that many units out in a 12-month period. So personally, I don't know how well, it's not, these products aren't there. There is a tie-in to how the past game has done, but they also are their own standalone things. If they were to come out and say, let's say their next game was Dungeon Crawler Carl, like, you can't assume that everything that happens with Beetlejuice is going to just transfer to a thing that maybe half of the people who bought Beetlejuice have never even heard of. Like, sure, there's got to be some realism here. So, but I really don't believe in brands sell. I kind of get it. I do get it. But I don't see a huge value to them in going, holy crap, look at how well our games are doing for other people making money off of them. Like, who cares? That's not. It's like, well, people will want our game. Yeah, well, a bunch of people are pissed off that they can't afford it or can't get it. So, pick your poison. You either keep it unaffordable, but you make the $20,000, or make some more games so more people can actually enjoy your product. Like, pick it. Those are your two choices. I don't think the choice is make the same number and keep selling them at the same price. But yeah, and that would be if I ran it.
I think I think that PR wise, they're really focused on how they're perceived in the hobbyist community, as they should be, because they're a smaller company still. So they need to rely on, it's almost like me as a dealer. I have to rely on doing things above board more than somebody that doesn't have the same type of outlet. So they're very cognizant of that, which is smart. I think that they would rather make more games and increase the price a little bit than increase the price a lot a bit. I don't think they want that PR. They don't want to look
there's a huge risk to it. It would not be of the lanes. That's not the lane I would pick, because at some point people will already say, but like, the game isn't, in this, value is in the eye of the beholder. So I acknowledge this is subjective, but if someone from the outside were to do an analysis of BOM, licensure cost, all that, they will tell you this game is not worth $20,000. It's like literally not worth it. So it's just perception wise, people had the money to buy it, and to them it was worth it. And so they made that decision. But, celebrating, I don't see a value for a company, a manufacturer specifically, to celebrate games going for ridiculous amounts of money over what they were charging, because that doesn't really help them. Not in a meaningful way. This notion of, well, look at all this brand equity. Look at how,
it does help them. I mean, it does help them.
It's not totally like
it helps future products like no other. Yeah.
But it also means there are a lot of red flags with this, because it means there's a huge frustrated population that isn't actually getting the games at what Spooky says they're worth.
Well, and we hit that now,
can
Dennis,
lead to
where
a bitterness.
We get to that now where we have people messaging every week and they're like, hey, you know what? I know it's early. I know I'm crazy, but can I get in on the next Spooky title? And we're like, yeah, absolutely. But keep in mind, you said, you're really early. You're not. That list is a mile long already. So now, does it mean that we can't get you one? I don't know what it means. Well, and then people get upset. They're like, well, I don't want to put my eggs in your basket. I'm like, I get it, but we can't do anything. We don't know anything about anything. So it makes it tough. I think that we will see a price increase for their next game. They've already kind of talked about that. You almost have to. You can't be selling $10,000 freaking Beetlejuices. How high they go, I don't think it'll be much. They always talk themselves out of profitability. I don't. Yeah, I'm always talking to these guys like, come on, guys, let's make some money. But they're not. It's not their main focus. So I think it goes up a little bit. I do think there's a good chance that they make more, as they should. I think what we're talking about, Dennis, to the viewer here, I think it's not saying it, but it's a balance, finding that right balance that makes more people happy and makes more profits for your company. That doesn't overwhelm your production efforts either. So even though they probably could build 5,000 of their next game, this is me knowing stuff. They could probably build 5,000 of their next game. They know that that's too much. It's too much of a burden it would put on their manufacturing prowess, and they want to pull back to make it somewhat long-term, have some value. But at 1,000, like you said, they see where that measure is. It's kind of pissing people off because they're without, and then you get a lot of the flippers that jump in there, the scalpers, and they're doing their thing. I think that what would you make, 2,000 units?
I mean, it depends on the license, but I probably wouldn't if yes, I'll just say yes. Ultimately, okay. Spooky again.
They're going to sell 2,000.
Sure,
it's still going to go.
They would I would have done 2,000 Beetlejuice, but also if I were Spooky and this route looks like it's sustainable and like they're like that they figured out the secret sauce of here's what we need to do with the licenses and the theme integration, I would be honestly considering growth, but they don't seem to want to. Like they don't, and that's up to them. It's a privately held business, but like the right answer from my perspective is growth. You need to build your manufacturing capability so that you can maintain your quality and build more units. And then you make more money without putting your pricing to stupid levels.
But your stress level goes up. That's the problem with them.
Not if it's well managed. You hire managers for that. It doesn't have to all be literally like Bug overseeing the whole thing, right? Yeah. Don't you have get yourself some trusted managers, get yourself a competent line.
Thinking about my own stuff going on now. Like, oh God.
Yeah, but if you grow, your issue, Zach, is you want full control over everything.
That's the problem. Yeah.
And to be fair,
scaling is a bitch.
For a distribution model, at what point would it no longer really be practical for you to be kind of fingers in all the pies? It'd have to, it's hard to fathom for me. But like Amazon, like Jeff is too busy sailing his super yacht. He's not going to literally manage every aspect of the logistical operation. Mm-hmm. It's impossible. So yeah, it's fun. Whatever. Who cares?
2,000 is going to sell immediately.
Sure. I think so. But have they ever built 2,000? I can't remember. Spooky was close on Scooby. It was like Scooby 1900 and something.
We'll call it 2,000. Yeah.
Sure.
But this is a different secret sauce than what they were doing in the Scooby years.
Sure.
And that wasn't that long ago, but.
No. I think that's part of their caution, though, that they remember, early on with Spooky, it became after they finally sold all the America's Most Haunted, starting with Rob Zombie, it became the, holy crap, these games, you have to buy them right away before you can even see them. They sell for more used than they do new until Halloween. And then it all kind of went, and people would do that because there was still this instinct. You have to buy Spookies right away. You don't get to think. You just have to buy. And then when they started to be turds, people were like, oh my God, I bought Ultraman. Nobody knows what the hell that thing is. And so it doesn't even have the Halloween cachet. And then, lots of people who just took, we know pinball machines that have lost money, but oh my God, like that one was just absolutely, like there were people that were like, I'm not buying another game this year because I took such a bath.
That was a bad one. I love that.
It's tough.
What excites me about this industry, and then we'll move on, is that
that's exciting you.
I love that Spooky Pinball listened to people because I think they didn't even know this wasn't some genius plan. This was a couple young kids that probably cared a little bit too much about what others think of them. This is me being super transparent. I don't think they would mind my analysis here either. And I think you guys will appreciate it. I think they probably cared a little bit too much about what people thought of them and wanting to people please because they were young, impressionable, and they were really into this hobby, trying to make a successful company. And they overcompensated, which is, I think, what a wonderful thing to do, especially, and they did some with some level of ignorance. We just want to make everybody happy. And here's what people complain about our products and other people's products. They hate the artwork. Fuck, we'll get Franchi. They keep saying our themes are bad because they're too close to what we like. We'll just get the themes that everybody talks about and everybody loves. And people think that these games are barren and hollow and look at Led Zeppelin. We're just going to throw everything we can into this. So like you said, they found this secret sauce because they just wanted to make everybody happy. But then once they realized that, holy shit, what these podcasters are talking about was true. What the hobbyists are talking about was true. This is what they want. And they're showing us now with, secondary market values. They're showing us now with instant sellouts. What I'm excited about is they know what the secret sauce is, so they're going to keep doing that. I think the rest of the industry is realizing, oh shit, look what Spooky's doing. That's what sells games, and that's what gets people excited. And I think other manufacturers are going to piggyback off of that, and they're going to continue doing the same thing too. So we're going to be seeing IPs that people love, fully loaded games that are very, very beautiful. I think that, that's kind of where Spooky found its success, and they're going to continue rolling with it. And I think that other people are picking up on the same thing, or they won't be successful. That's exciting to me. It's about time. It's not like hobbyists were lying. It's not like us podcasters were lying.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right about Spooky. I don't know if I will credit that the other companies are looking at Spooky and going, oh, we got to copy that. Maybe they're all arriving at it at the same time. But again, what was the whole thing with Jersey Jack? They've been loading their games for years. It's been, why are you picking these trash themes? Like, nobody asked for Godfather to be turned into a pinball machine. It's a great movie that in no way deserves to be a pinball machine. Harry Potter, what happened with it? Packed. It did great. As everyone said. Stern, Pokemon. People weren't asking for John Wick. They're asking for Pokemon. You give them Pokemon, look at it. Like, I don't think it's because of Spooky. I think Spooky may have figured it out faster. Okay. But I don't think they looked to Spooky and then adapted. I think they were picking up on their I think JJP knew their sales were trash for a number of games now. And they're like, our games are fun. People, all the reviews about how they look and stuff are awesome. What are we getting wrong here? I mean, the answer was obvious. You don't attach a 4 to the end of Toy Story. Nobody asked for Forky.
Avatar
with a kung fu grip. I'm still.
And they're still, if they haven't learned yet, JJP, wake up. It's assets too. Assets are important.
Yeah.
That's exciting times. So much excitement that people are going to be like, how can we consume more of you, Dennis and Zach? And it's really simple. All you've got to do is go to patreon.com/thepinballshow and make sure that you're signed up as an official club member, or be a big baller and go to the Nordman level, where you can hang out with us. Happy hour hangouts every month. This month is going to be, what date is that? I'm checking now. The 18th. Yeah. The 18th of March at 8 p.m. Central. Come hang out. Or you could become part of this show by being a Screaming Goat Club member. You get your own nickname. You get discussed in this. You have private consultation with Dennis and I. You get a lot of stuff. So do all of that. But at minimum, it's $10 a month. It's cheaper than Netflix and everything else. And it's specified to your hobby passion. Pinball. Figure it out. Patreon.com/thepinballshow. And you hang out with a private-ish Discord too. This week, we're going to see how this goes. The exclusive content is, I think I'm going to call it Trade Evaluations, a Working Example. A lot of people, and the working example is, I just listed for Flip N Out Pinball a Harry Potter CE used pinball machine. And I've had a lot of trade offers come in overnight And when I was prepping for the show today, I'm like, after the show, I've got to get back to these people. So I thought, why not get back to these people with you people? So you guys can get into the mind of myself on how trade evaluations work. Some of the things that I'm keeping in mind as I'm crunching numbers, and some of the information I need, the back and forth, how that works. So if you've ever been interested in how does any of that work? How do you trade in a game? I'm in Minnesota. And he's down, that feller down there's in Indiana. So does that even make sense? It does. It does. Does it make sense in California? Sure. Does it make sense in Hawaii? No. It doesn't at this time. So jump into that extra content, and I'll walk you through the good, the bad, and the ugly of trades and trade evaluations and how they work. And if you like that, we'll give you more of that in the future. And if you don't, we won't. So we'll see. But yeah, I got a Harry Potter in on, it wasn't even in on trade. This one I refunded, gave a refund. A guy had a problem with the lockdown bar. If you see the ad, the lockdown bar is like too tight. And I think it's because the cabinet, the front board of the cabinet is too wide. I think it's like an 1/8 inch too wide. They should have probably not put that cabinet together or rejected it or something, but they didn't. And yeah, it's like rubbing on the lock bar. It works fine, but it's just too tight, in my opinion. And it also, the glass channel for the playfield glass is like not in there as well as I'd want it to be. You know, there's some left and right to the playfield glass when you slide in. Some of the recent Sterns, there's none. And you really have to pull that glass out because it's super tight. But this is a little bit looser than I want. So it's got some, yeah. So we took it back for the customer because it was not up to the standard that it should have been. So we took it back, and I'm selling it as is now at, what am I in the hole? Probably in the hole couple grand. So I'm just trying to recoup as much as I can and not lose as much as I can. But we're going to use that. I'm like, if I'm going to lose money, might as well use this as as some exclusive Patreon content to talk about trades. Woo! We got to thank some people, new people too, additional people.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know what? Pokemon LEs are collectible. I think becoming Screaming Goat has started becoming very, very collectible for listeners and viewers of the show, Dennis.
It could be.
I wonder
the
what
nicknames are popular.
We don't even have nicknames. Well, you have Din Din, so you do.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't think I have Shill. Never mind. We have nicknames. Yeah. Thank you, Rodney. Little Bobcat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a Bobcat Pokemon.
I don't know what Meowth is.
He is a cat. Maybe. Okay.
I like to imagine that balloon toy is actually him attacking a wife with that little paw.
Bobcat story, relevant to my life. We got a message from our neighbors, and the neighbor next door, their dog, they've got like this overweight pug. It's like the cute, maybe, no, I think it's a puggle. It's an ugly bastard of a dog, but it's so ugly, it's cute kind of thing. It looks like it has diabetes. That's the kind of look it gives off. And so it's precious. This thing got attacked by a bobcat. Yes. Whoa. ICU level of like almost took out a bobcat in my backyard. Terrifying. My dogs aren't as tough as their dog. Even an ugly puggle or whatever it is. So yeah.
Okay.
They aren't as tough as that dog, and that dog got fucked up. So I'm like, huh? One of our dogs is just a little bitch. Like it's just, he's a little bitch. He's got no chance at anything in the world.
But Pug's like, I'm sorry.
Puggle got a little beagle in it.
Like,
this one's scrappy.
Lethal to besides cheese. I've never seen like a fit pug. I've never. They don't. All I see them do is wheeze.
That's what
I was thinking Lord of the Rings, and it's just like a twisted, ruinous form, corrupted.
And you see this pug with a lazy eye. But yeah, so there's a bobcat on the loose. If it attacks Nicole, if it attacks my wife, it's gonna be in trouble. I'll fuck that bobcat up.
Oh, shoot that fucker!
Get inside. Okay, thank you, Rob. I'll keep you all posted on the bobcat sightings. And it's like a crazy forest out here. Rob, thank you. Speaking of scary animals, the panther. Rob, your Pokemon Ellie is coming soon. There's got to be a panther in Pokemon. Frank, thank you. Falcon. Appreciate your support.
Yeah, he's a Pidgey Pokemon.
There's got to be.
There's like a pigeon type.
Oh, is there?
But when it evolves, it may be more Falcon-esque.
Pidgeridoo. Yeah. Charlie, thank you for dinging my bell.
Ding dong and
Appreciate
thank
that.
you.
Pokemon has lost creativity because they've resorted to like appliances as the monsters. So they do. They have like, look, not that I've been ripping stuff lately, but they've got this stupid, like this is how sad it's become me as a Pokemon person now. Now I just like opening stuff and cool stuff. Look at this. It's not a good look of it, but there's a fan. I don't know if you can see it. It's called like fan rotum. So it's a fan. And they have like microwave Pokemon and like motor. So they're stretching to try to get.
That's tough. It's tough when you have to keep coming up with new ones.
Look at this one. Check this one out. How cool is that one? For those of you in the video, you got to watch video. There's a Pikachu. Isn't that cool? Pikachu EX. Oh, and look at this. You like this one? This is super nerdy. Got to do video. Oh, you guys hear that? I'm not Jake Paul all the way. I'm a PSA 5, but that's the OG Charizard. Well, hollow. It's not shadowless, but it's still cool. That's a cool card. See, Dennis, I'm a nerd as well. It's fun. Who are we thinking?
You just think Charlie.
I'm going to get you some Pokemon to open up. Charlie, thank you for dinging my dong. You know what you are. You know who you are. William, the dude. Oh my gosh, the dude. I bet the dude's not into Pokemon. Neither was I. But dude's a collector like me, so dude will have some Pokemon cards. I can guarantee.
Oh shit, dude! I'm sorry.
I find one in a box of his LE.
Goddamn,
never know.
God damn it, Walter!
I wonder which one William's
fucking asshole.
You know what? Here's what's sad.
Fucking travesty
I
with
am
you,
like
man.
excited to see which ones randomly Stern sends us as our LE batch. Why does that excite me, Dennis?
I do not know why it would excite you.
I'm like, I wonder what numbers and which ones they associate with. I'm like stoked for that. I'm going to probably be like, hey, Tim, we're not shipping out immediately. I'm coming over. I'm looking at what LE numbers come in. I'm so excited. Yeah, this release is really exciting for me. And I would have never thought that being not a Pokemon person. Thank you, William. Adam. Big Pop. Yeah. Walking up in this motherfucker. Adam, thank you so much for continued support and for your baby. I don't know why I pictured a baby pug, but your baby. Now I'm thinking that pug. Somebody's going to be a pug at some point, but not this week. Adam, thanks for the continued support. Ted reached out and he said, thanks for the new nickname, the Red October. Such a horrible name. Not as bad as Shaker Motor, but it's
Shaker Motor was fun.
Yeah.
Red Trimmer.
Boo. So the Red October. Thank you for there's probably a submarine Pokemon at this point.
Torpedo in the water.
Would not surprise me at all. What's the pushy line? The
something shan't react once of bullets.
What the thought there was
Some things that you don't
one
react
ding
much
or
for it.
2 dings. I don't know.
Give me a ping, Vasily.
That's
One
right.
ping only, please.
1 ping only.
One ping
Guy looks at
only.
him like, hey, how dare you?
Because there's no point in normally doing a single ping. Check our distance to target. 1 ping only, please.
Oh, these pretzels are making me thirsty. Davis, thank you so much for the continued support. You are our Costanza. Lupus! Is it Lupus?
I tell you, if I was running for office, I would ask for the death penalty for double pockets.
It made me go back
If this
and
is allowed to go on, this is not a society.
Again.
This is anarchy.
Davis, thank you so much. We've got, now this happens every once in a while, but we had a goat return back from pasture to the farmland that is the Pinball Show Screaming Goat Club members. We have a return of, and I'm so glad he's back, Dennis. The gopher is back. Doug, he's back. Doug. Thank you so much for coming back to us, Doug. We were lost without you. Yeah, so the gopher. I think, did you message me or I messaged you one of those messages like, the gopher's back? We got the
Yeah,
gopher.
you sent it to. You sent, and then I sent you a image of him doing the cha-cha-cha.
So he is back. We're so glad he's back.
Is that how that puggle was made? Was the gopher and that poodle?
It would not surprise me. So what happens when you mix bad genes? You get them ugly ones. Oh, shit. Oh, don't the Brits call that royalty? Oh, see. That was a dig at the, sorry. It was still a fair enough joke. We have a new club member.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the purposes of monetization, I'm no longer going to use the Alan Parsons Project song because, boy, YouTube does not like us.
I was like, I saw a little thing. I was like, Zach, you can't keep putting in actual copyright songs. YouTube will immediately detect it.
They did not like that. That was the only thing holding us back from monetizing that last. I was like, man, I like the Bulls lineup. Oh, well. So, but we will still roll our royal red carpet out for our newest Screaming Goat Club member. Welcome to the club, Walter. Yeah. What? He's kind of tough. Wally's tough. We know Wally. Great guy. Fantastic ass. We know Wally. I'm assuming. He's always sitting whenever we're talking to him. So we know a lot of things about, what did we go nickname wise? Low hanging fruit, like you said, was Wally. The Pixar.
There's not a lot you can pull from that because it's a fairly quiet.
Eva. No, not much.
Yeah.
Makes
it hard.
Such a wonderful, wonderful film. I was thinking you go Walter White, I am the danger. You could go that. Maybe we go that a little bit. But formerly here at the Screaming Goat Club, we know what line of business you're in, which makes this so much better. You are known as the used car salesman.
Yeah, but that true code.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Wally, what's it going to take for me to get you into this Venom Pro? It's only got 200
side of it.
200 used games on it. Oh my God. It's got the topper. There's a couple scratches on the cabinet, but they'll buff out.
You throw in genuine bucket plunger.
So you are the used car salesman, my friend. With greasy hair and everything.
Plaid jacket. Many has plaid jackets. You gotta, I'm thinking like full on Kurt Russell, like, used cars.
Yeah. I hope that we know that he is in the automotive industry. So that's right.
Hey, because it's you.
Because it's you. You know what? Let me go talk to my supervisor. I don't know. Let's see what the supervisor says. I don't know if we can come down that low.
I'll talk to my boss.
That true coat, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying that true coat, you don't get it. You get oxidation problems.
Salesman. Welcome to the club, and thanks for the continued support. Over on Discord, we've been talking about Pokemon, We'll talk probably more about it once people get their hands on it. And then as a reminder, the next happy hour hangout is the 18th, Wednesday, right before TPF. I don't know if I'm going to TPF. I still don't know.
You're not. You're not.
I don't think so, but I might. It's during spring break. Damn it, TPF.
That's why they do it.
I got suckered into going to Florida the week after. It's a spring break, or it starts like Saturday or Sunday. We're going to Florida. It's not going to be warm, so that's going to suck. I'm going to be drunk probably because we got suckered into going to my daughter has friends that are going to be down there and their families. I got suckered into going like with them. Is that not the worst?
I mean,
no offense
I've been
to those
to Florida
people,
a few times, but always in the summer.
I sense that I'm going to have a lot of work during that week.
Yeah.
Be in the hotel room doing work. I don't know. Maybe I make some new friends. You know what, Dennis? At the age of, what am I, 40, 41? It's not impossible to make new friends, is it? It's just sad.
Harder for adults, which is why they gravitate to hobbies.
Here's the sad thing. I don't want to make new friends. I'm good. I don't have time for friends. Such a commitment.
Adopt a golem philosophy.
You don't have any friends, Zach.
I'm
Nobody
good with
likes you.
I'm good with not having. It's just so much work. I'm tired. Murderer. What's potatoes, precious? Yeah. So what did we get for that? Okay.
What's it doing, this dungeon crawler card? Who's he?
God damn it,
Is he taking the princess?
Oh my gosh. I think that, oh yeah. We're about to end this show without doing what
donut.
what people, what's that? Princess. Precious. I can be your princess, Precious.
Princess Peach?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Pinball Market Trends.
The Bobcat attack my one!
I like your style, dude.
Let's jump into it. Trending up this week, Avatar, the Battle for Pandora.
Must be a typo.
I don't think should be true, but its numbers don't lie. I only report the facts.
Okay.
For whatever reason, we're selling more Avatar in the last couple of weeks. Avatar! Haven't sold one of these things in months. Now, all of a sudden, people want Avatar. Not even any Avatar. They want Avatar CE. I shit you not. I think we've sold 3 Avatar CEs in the last 2 weeks. That's got to be some kind of record for this whole year for any dealer to sell 3 Avatar CEs in 2 weeks. Got to be. I should have a little plaque in JJP's factory. It's like the seller of the month kind of thing.
I'm sure they have one up in the, I don't know, one of the cartwheel conference room or whatever one they named.
Gotta be. Yeah, running. But I think my only guess is that now that so many people are getting Harry Potters, and remember, viewer, a lot of people getting Harry Potters are first-time pinball owners. They love the Harry Potter franchise so much and everything around it that they are buying that pinball machine. I think that they are so happy with that purchase that they're saying, what else is this company making? And they see something as beautiful, rightfully so, as Avatar CE is, and they're going in on that. And I can't argue that having those 2 games beside each other is a freaking pinball orgasm visually speaking. I mean, they are beautiful, beautiful, just drop dead gorgeous games. So I think that's a lot of it, actually. But I was just very surprised by Avatar CEs. Even the price on the secondary market, it has not continued to like go down on that game. It's holding. So we have to trend it up because that's just what it's doing. Also trending up this week continues to be Pokemon. Not because it's a sexy thing to trend up. It's just that's what it's doing right now. I thought that after that first push, we would see not as much hype, but that's still the talking point by everybody. And following the gameplay video and people getting their hands on it, people continue to love it. And that's only going to go up as the code continues. So, and Insider Connected achievements and stuff, that thing is on fire right now. And I would have never guessed it initially, but look at it go. Also trending up this week is apparently bundling Pokemon LEs to clear some of your dealer inventory. Did you see this, what dealers are doing?
No, I did not.
Creative little bunch. I don't know how great of a look it is, but a lot of them are positioning their what these Pokemon LEs are going for in the secondary market. And they're saying, you know what? Maybe I can't sell this thing publicly for $20,000. People will poo-poo me if I do that. Some dealers are like, I don't give a shit. Watch me cook. And they don't give a shit. And they'll just, they're like, well, I only get a couple of these things, whatever. No hate. You do you, boo-boo. But some of these guys are like, look, I'm not that level of I'm not that level of insert word, but I'm a little bit of that level. So I'm a business. I got to make some money, and I can't sell it for more because it makes me look bad. So I'm going to bundle it. So if you want this Pokemon LE, you also have to buy these 5 games that I can't sell, that nobody is buying right now. So they're the Venom LEs of the world. They're the Star Wars Fall of the Empire LEs of the world. They're the insert all of the stuff that these people, even one of these dealers was like, I thought it was a horrible look for certain. They were like, here's the titles that all caps, I cannot get rid of. So, and they're selling them for MSRP, but you've got to buy like 5 or 6 games just to get this Pokemon LE. Remember when they were doing this back in, I forgot when, was it during pandemic times?
Yeah.
Where they were trying to, in order to get this, you got to buy these other ones. I never liked this move personally. Because I don't want to sell something that somebody doesn't want. That's like my motto. I feel bad. I would feel bad selling something that somebody, they don't want, like you're forcing it upon them. I don't ever want to force myself upon anybody, Dennis. I want them to nestle up on my chest out of their free will. Is that too much to ask? But they're bundling. Trending up is bundling. How do you feel about this practice of bundling 6 LEs just to get your Pokemon LE?
I mean, it's pretty crass, but
crass. Okay. The level of crass then.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't guess if you've just got way too much money and you're desperate for that Pokemon, maybe they buy for, I wouldn't even want to deal with that inventory of, what am I going to do with how many people are like ready to take 6 games in.
One of them was it was like 2 Star Wars LEs. So it's like, come on, dude. Like, that whoever's buying this is going to be selling that on the secondary market at a lot. Like, I don't think necessarily it's a good move. I don't think it's a good look for Stern.
But some of this stuff shouldn't be getting sold at MSRP at this point. Anyway.
That's another argument. Yep. That's another argument. But the dealer knows what the rules are.
Yeah. I get it. But this is why the rules as crafted are kind of dumb. Because you're getting people trying to get cute, but you end up looking
purpose,
you end up looking like a puggle. Because this looks really, really ugly. Very ugly.
How do you feel about the dealer doing
it? I mean, that's the only reason why there would be a bundle would be the dealer. Like, there's no other. Like, no one else would have to jump through such a stupid. Like, everyone else would say Pokemon LE is $25,000 and be done with it.
You think it's fine for the dealer to do that though? Like,
no, I think it looks like trash.
Oh, okay. So you do think it looks bad?
Yeah, full on puggle.
Okay.
Like it makes me want to be a bobcat.
Oh, and attack that bundle.
I mean, I hate stuff like that.
I don't think it's a good
That
look.
happens in watches.
Really?
Not full on bundles, but they make you. They won't do it in a bundle, but they make you play a game where you have to buy all the stuff you don't want in order to get on the list.
That's
of
the Ferrari model.
Yeah. And I'm just, maybe if I was a Richie Rich, I would think, please treat me like shit. I can't, please kick me some more, daddy. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I find it incredibly tasteless. I'm
surprised that, because Stern, in my opinion, has gotten a little loose lately on some of these dealers, the way they're getting rid of games. Not that I've had discussions with them about it, but some of them getting a little loose there. So I'm surprised that some of these dealers don't just do that. Like, I know that some of these dealers, because some of these are posting these bundles, I know that they have showroom games with 3 plays.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't get it.
I don't like this, this minimum. We've talked about it before. I don't agree with these companies setting minimums on dealers. I think it's ridiculous. it's an artificial way to try and preserve equity on or value retention when it doesn't work. The moment it hits secondhand, none of that's all out the window. They need to get back to like what they did with like Led Zeppelin Pro and stuff and be like, you know what? Okay, we made a dog. If you're still sitting on freaking Star Wars LEs, it's time not to sell them at MSRP. It's time to sell them for less. It just is.
I like the minimum, as I've said before. Totally fine with the minimum. I think it does work. It works whenever it is, whenever it's supervised. Whenever it is enforced, it works. If it's not enforced, then it becomes a giant effing mess.
Right, but I do feel for I see, Zach. I have sympathy too. Like, I feel
do you have
for
sympathy
a dealer.
for me?
I have imagine
You're
someone's
like,
like, you know
you,
what? It's
but-
LEs. It's LEs. People are like, I got, okay, this shouldn't be an issue. And if like someone's sitting on like 10 Fall of the Empire LEs, it's like at some point it's just too much money tied up, and you can't just sit there forever waiting for someone to be dumb enough to pay MSRP. Or you shouldn't have to. It's wrong.
I see both sides because
it's wrong.
They didn't force me to buy anything. I chose to buy what I bought. I might have made a bad call on a certain title, but
normal businesses get to run a sale at some point. Like it's not on them. They made their money. They need to shut up and let you make yours. And if you can't make it, they should let you at least get some cash back out of it. That's why I feel the way I do.
I think you and I
could tolerate the minimums if it was for a time period. Like yes. Like, the minimums are enforced for 24 months or something. And then after that, just shut up and let it go. Yeah. But everyone needs to know and play by the same rules. Yes, absolutely.
Well, like 3 years, but yeah, okay.
Thank you for coming to my Bobcat talk.
Also trending up this week are the Flip N Out Pinball Performance hats.
They're not trending up.
We had hats, baby. Well, we sold more than we did a week before. We didn't sell any.
They're trending flat.
Numbers don't lie. They're not a flat. They're a curve. See?
Okay, that's good.
And PVC. This ain't no embroidered shit.
Yeah, that looks like genuine plumbing pipe to me.
This is good stuff right here. Costs more too, unfortunately. Damn. Hats are expensive to buy.
It's a tricky thing.
But yeah, go get yourself a hat. FlippingOutPinball.com. That's my shill of the week there. Trending down this week, unfortunately, on pinball market trends. So, to be fair, Pokemon LE price is settling down at the moment a hair. A little bit. So they're settling at about 18, 19, 20,000 for a random LE number. So I think that is good because we didn't know, 2 weeks ago, we were like, where are these going to land? We couldn't even believe they even got up to 20, but they were surpassing that in some instances. Some because I had some people call me saying I'm lying about the sales that I've seen, certified sale numbers, 27, 28,000, two that I know of that sold. So I'm just lying. You know what my response? I think we talked about in Happy Hour Hangout. I was like, why do I give a fuck? Why would I need to? But yeah, but it's settling around 18 to 20,000 at the moment. I still can see it coming down. I can see it going up. I can see it coming down. We talked about this, but that would be objectively trending down a little bit because they were like 22 for, I still think they could come down some more. I really do. I could see them settling all the way in at 13. I could. The scenario I think is going to be a little higher now, but I could. But there are some of those numbers I don't think so. Also trending down this week, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. What, me? Yeah, Al. Sorry.
Been through the looking glass.
Where's that cat?
I didn't like what I saw.
Oh, shit. Dude, I think
I gotta go back to my job at the call center.
A puggle is the Alice in Wonderland version of a dog.
Yeah. They told me it was a white rabbit. Puggle.
Oh, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland are in the low 11s. They are dropping. So they're below MSRP. I don't even know if that's with or without topper. If you got to wait for that, who knows? But they certainly are dropping. I would not be spending more than 11 for one of those at this moment. I would actually try to project what the decline will continue at. And if you were looking to buy an Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, maybe 10, maybe you're taking some risk with that 10. And they're going to continue to trend down, I believe. Deal of the week this week. Sure, we'll give you a deal of the week. I have a Kiss LE, really nice Kiss LE with the topper. Those toppers are going to like $3,000 plus. So we got this thing marked at $13,999. It's going, I think online I'm advertising it for $14,600. So this is like a savings of $600-700 I'm giving you, viewer. Bye. Bobcat. And as always, I'm just here to report the facts because numbers don't lie. I ain't got time to lie, people. On Pinball Market Trends. Dennis, where can people catch you?
You can always email eclecticgamerspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, or you could follow us on Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff. YouTube, please subscribe.
We're trying to get to 10,000 subs before Joel does.
I'm embarrassed of that YouTube channel.
It's great. I don't know if mathematically we even could ever catch it, but I'm calling it out here. Like if you appreciated my beef stick stuff,
that's right.
Give a YouTube. You don't have to watch. Just give the subscription and then turn off the little bell.
We didn't even talk about how popular that Patreon episode was last. Wow.
That one was like, it was like Beetlejuice as a theme. It was a guaranteed hit. Like there was no reason to even debate that was going to be popular.
Yeah. They opened up and a lot of members from that last episode, a lot of new members. So thank you for that support. You can go to patreon.com/The Pinball Show to sign up today. Do that. Damn, we get enough members in there. I'm going to have to really shift a lot of my work focus over to that, to providing the Pinball Show stuff for you guys. You guys are doing good. All right. The pinballshow@gmail.com if you need to email. Straight down the middle video series I do on YouTube. The sponsor of this show is Flip N Out Pinball.
When I buy my pinball shit, I buy from Flip N Out. From toppers, sharp blades, premiums, I've got it figured out. Flip N Out, figured out. When I think of pinball, I think Flip N Out. Flip N Out, figured out. When I buy from Flip N Out. Buy.
So make sure to buy and show some love to Flip N Out Pinball. Buy your pinball machine, your arcade machine, your whatever it is. A lot of stuff. Dennis, I cannot wait to show and tell you all the stuff that I'm trying to invest in for Flip N Out Pinball this year. New website in the works. Yeah, new team members are looking to join.
Not me.
New shipping procedures and new ways to ship and trade in pinball machines. There's all kinds of cool stuff. And I'm getting ready to, speaking of purchasing, getting ready to buy a big pinball collection. Scared the shit out of me. Like, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. And logistics to try to get 40 plus pinball machines from, need another back surgery. The product showcase this week. What do we want it to be this week? Product showcase.
I mean, I don't ever pick the product showcase.
I know.
Because it's not my showcase.
I guess it's the hat. We'll make it be the hat. It'll be the hat. Yeah, the hat. Buy a hat. Pokemon. Jaws 50th anniversary sold out. I can't promote that. The Walking Dead remastered Alien Premium. Medieval Madness Merlin edition. We've seen an uptick in pre-orders on those over the last couple weeks. Harry Potter. I think have April runs of Arcade and Wizard and maybe CE. So get in on those while you can before it spaces out to June, July, and stuff like that. That thing's going to keep selling for a while. King Kong, Jaws, Star Wars Fall of the Empire. Pre-owned games. Go to Flip N Out Pinball Facebook page as of right now. D&D, Metallica Remastered. Just all the games. What else? I sold that GTF. That pre-owned one. Another dealer bought it. Actually. I was sad to see it go. Oh, and a Big Buck Hunter. That's been trending up a bit too. I didn't put that even in my stuff. People, buying that. Joel, Flip N Out Pinball YouTube. He did a Predator tutorial. You can go check that out. He did the Beetlejuice live stream. He's got another stream this Wednesday. Tutorial coming up. So all of that is fun stuff. Flip N Out Pinball podcast with Ken and Greg. Remember, you can always email Greg at flipndoutpinball.com or Ken at flipndoutpinball.com. Greg does a lot of tech warranty stuff, a lot of trade evaluations. Ken does the interest list stuff, general sales as well, or Nicole at flipndoutpinball.com. I think we have a billing at flipndoutpinball.com. And then hopefully here soon we'll announce some new team members and some new changes going forward. Dennis, teach these people something.
Okay. American Pinball.
Oh,
it's me, the Nordman.
The Nordman.
Why are you turning down the path of J-pop? Circus Voltaire is a silly place. 'tis a silly, it's a puggle of pinball machines. You should be making Whitewater 2.0. It is what the people want. They want ramps.
Blackwater 100.
Not ridiculous little jugglers. Swear to me. GTF was sold to another dealer. I still got it. No one's asking for Alice.
And always practice safe pinball. And God damn it, don't it, get on the interest list today for Dungeon Crawler Carl. Is that right, Dennis? Dungeon Crawler. DCC. Ken at flippingoutpinball.com.
They must not touch me, Carl. I am Princess Butterworth Donut the Third.